something special about all of us, and everyone is beautiful in his own way. Today we'll tell you about the people whose unique looks could take your breath away, bewitch and inspire you. Genes and the way they malfunction make some people look even more unique. Some people try to keep up with the norm, while others simply embrace their appearance. So who are these people? Here are top 10 amazing and unusual people around the world. Odd and unique feature people. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. Evita Del Mundo. A young Malaysian woman who was relentlessly bullied over her mole-covered face is defying her tormentors and could be crowned the next Miss Universe. Evita Del Mundo, 21-year-old, was born with large, hairy dark brown moles covering her face and body, as well as a birthmark across her neck and shoulders. Cruel classmates branded her a monster and chocolate chip cookie due to the lumps, which aren't caused by any condition, leaving her heartbroken and shy. But after attending secondary school, she began to gain confidence as other pupils accepted her, supported by her mother, who was a teacher there. Miss Del Mundo, who refuses to have surgery to remove the unsightly moles, has now taken the bold step of auditioning for Miss Universe Malaysia. Cassandra Nord. A 22-year-old professional dancer, Cassandra Nord, was born with a large birthmark under her left eye, and although she begged for an operation to remove it in her youth, she now refuses to get one. She even says that she appreciates her unique appearance, and that it helps her stand out in her field. The Alberta, Canada-based dancer was teased throughout her youth for the birthmark, which is also covered in hair, but her parents were afraid to operate on it for fear that it would leave large scars on her face. Her parents wanted to remove it, but it could leave a huge scar, or possibly a lazy eye. The risk was too high and the parents decided against the surgery. Cassandra was bullied as a child because of her condition, and endless teasing made her beg her parents for plastic surgery in high school. However, the doctors couldn't help at that time. The technologies were not advanced enough to remove the nevus safely. Cassandra had to learn to embrace her individuality, and she did it so cool. And that wasn't easy, but she did it. Today, Cassandra even credits her birthmark for making her memorable in her industry. After school, she worked as a professional dancer, walks the podium, and was even featured in short films. Cristiano LB. This guy with fiery red hair is a Brazilian YouTube blogger and theater actor. In his free time, Cristiano makes the new videos to his channel and enjoys hiking in nature. He also shares these moments with his subscribers. Cristiano Pounds is a famous on Instagram celebrity, and he posted many videos to their followers and fans. American Aji. American Aji, 21-year-old, lives with congenital melanocytic nevus, an extremely rare skin condition that affects just 1% of infants worldwide. America, who resides in Bremen, Germany, had to undergo 7 skin removal surgeries in order to survive past birth, and she has always been much more prone to skin cancer. Despite the years of bullying throughout her school life, America now describes herself as a model, Instagrammer and young mother, and she thanks her baby boy for her newly found confidence. America's father, Axel Nagy, was very surprised to learn of his daughter's condition. All of her scans up until birth showed America to be a completely healthy baby. Despite the not-so-certain odds, America battled on and managed to survive 7 skin removals that she so desperately needed. But that wasn't the end of the heartache for the Nagy family, with America having to endure years of bullying as a child and teenager. She wants to help others who suffer with her condition and may be experiencing a bad time. But she said, "I'm very proud to see how far I have come in such a short amount of time, and I want to now try my best to help anyone who doesn't feel that way." B. Melvin. B. Melvin, a Gambian model, known as the Mount Lion to her Instagram followers, has a truly unique look. She complements her fine features and body with snow-fine hair. Could this dark-skinned model but one of the Targaryen? She's also got big bright eyes, and all these features combined create a truly incredible look. She already has more than 400,000 followers on Instagram, though there aren't that many posts on our account, yet some accuse Nerf saying her skin to appear darker. We can't say for certain whether that's true or not, but the internet and Photoshop make it easy to change one's looks. so it might be hard to find out the truth. But the internet and Photoshop make it easy to change one's looks, so it might be hard to find out the truth. Hair Freaky Long Hair. This guy, whose nickname is Hair Freaky Long Hair, has quite an unusual hobby. He tries to grow hair as long as possible. To everyone who criticizes him, he just says that nothing can be too long for a freak. The most difficult part about taking care of such long hair is not washing, but drying it. He has to just sit for several hours and do nothing. Using a hairdryer is hard, and he's afraid of damaging his hair. Sonia Leslie. Sonia Leslie also has a birthmark in her eye, which makes the iris of her right eye look larger and less defined than her right eye. Sonia is really fed up of people asking her what's "wrong with her eye," because there's nothing wrong. She's a beauty vlogger with more than 48,000 followers on Instagram, and a loyal following who tune in to watch her makeup reviews and tutorials. Still, people continue to ask Sonia about the birthmark on her eye, with some saying, "You could have just said it was a birthmark," to which Sonia replied, "I have multiple times." Leslie's Instagram is now filled with support for the makeup artist, and how she's inspired others. Finding representation. Someone like you is at the swipe of your fingertips, like Leslie, who reminds us not to get uncomfortable just for being ourselves, especially in the form of backhanded compliments or nagging questions. Model Yves Markjury. Wealth is a state of mind. Modern muse Yves Markjury from Philly is quite the punchy and playful and unique model, who truly lives up to his role and gracefully remind you to never judge something on the hanger alone. Yves Markjury stands at 5 feet 8 inches, and refuses to let modeling agencies' strict height requirements stop him from pursuing his dream of being signed. He said, "My favorite modeling experience so far was when an agency invited me out to New York Fashion Week to model for a brand. At that point, I was only 3 months into my modeling career." Masha Tyelna. Masha Tyelna is a Ukrainian top model, has stunning eyes, arguably the largest in the world, calls a Slavonic elf and extraterrestrial. Masha, like many other models, was ashamed of her height and skinny body. When she was young, at the age of 16, Masha was discovered by Yanis Anacostia, the owner of the Nika model agency, after long discussions with her family. Masha went into a first photo shoot accompanied by her parents. Turned out the girl is not only unusual appearance, but also exceptional physical attributes, and that's how Masha had started a career as a model. After the first photo shoots for Kiev magazines, Masha was scouted by the director of the International Department of Elle Models, and 3 months later she received an invitation to Paris from Women, one of the largest fashion agencies. That's how it all starts. By the way, Masha isn't afraid of competition, or that someone might copy her look. It's just too unique. Barbie was massive. Shiana, who marked an era of a new generation of models, boys and girls with unconventional looks. Today Masha is working on a joint project with the Tamale Fashion Group, raising a son and teaching as a modeling school. Elia Nasarova. A fairy tale fan inspired by Rapunzel now has a 90-inch long mane, after growing her hair for 2 decades. Brunette Elia Nasarova, 27-year-old who is from Russia, but now lives in Latvia, says her impressive locks weigh around 2 kilograms, the same as her pet cat, and take an hour to comb, and a full day to air dry. Elia's husband Ivan Balaban is so used to his wife's lengthy locks he says he thinks of it as a member of the family, and takes care to leave plenty of space for her braid in their bed. Elia admits the weight of her high-maintenance hair places some strain on her neck, and while her massive mane attracts stares when the couple are out and about, her husband says he loves it, and is proud of her for refusing to cut it off. Elia says she was inspired to start growing her hair by the female characters in fairy tales like Rapunzel, whose hair was so long that a prince used it to climb up it to rescue her from a witch's castle. Elia, who trims her hair once a month to get rid of any split ends, is able to keep her hair costs to a minimum as she gets sent a lot of free products. Despite the challenges of life with ultra-long hair, Elia has no plans to chop her flowing locks anytime soon.